So I was going to do this reading after the eclipse, but I am feeling the need to do this reading now. So we are going to be connecting with the angelic realms to bring in, anchor in their energies and what they are wanting us to know during this time. So it is a very active time, and we will get into the reasons for that, but this is to really anchor in and, let's say, optimally embody what we need to during this time. So get comfortable, and yeah, we're gonna start. I already hear ringing in my ear, so we are going to start. And the reason I'm connecting, the reason I've been called to connect with the angelic energies during this time is that they are the ones that are going to help us anchor in the new light that is coming in every sense of the word. And the first card I have is New Ideas 8. So yes, there is going to be new information coming in, and like there's a lot of energy coming in, and it's everything you think it's going to be and more. So we are the carriers of this new energy. We are the ones that are going to bring in these new systems, these new pathways, these new ways of doing things. The channeled messages, just before I hit record, are new intuition is coming through for many. Grounding into the colors that feel the most aligned with you. Purple is going to be very good for those that are in a deep need of bringing in calm energy. So being in the frequency of purple and looking at the color purple is going to help to calm you, because purple is a very deep frequency, so it is going to help a lot. And even the back of these cards, they are purple. Additionally, the veil is lifting, and each individual person's veil is lifting, which is linking them to the new intuition that is coming in. It is going to be an entirely different sense of what being intuitive means and has meant up until now, and it's connected to this new ideas card. And I'm hearing a lot of ringing in my ear. I'm hearing like a very high frequency pitch. So it's just acknowledging this new energy, which also a lot of purple in here as well in this card. I also got the message that, okay, so the new intuition coming in is going to be an entirely different sense of what being intuitive means and what being intuitive has meant up until now. So there's a lot there. There's a lot with that message. I have also heard that wrong and right is taking up too much space. That's a very specific message, and with that I see just black and white. I'm seeing squares on a chessboard, which is linked to a lot of mental activity, almost like having to be strategic. So whoever is connecting to this message where, yeah, it's just wrong and right is taking up a lot in your mental capacity, let's say. And to just kind of close out the channeled messages, for many of us, it's just a time to slow down. So just on a practical level, we may want to, we may feel all this anxiety and this rush and this excitement, but we want to make sure that we're supporting ourselves, and that means slowing down, because there is a lot of energy happening. There's a lot of energy geomagnetically, spiritually, there's a lot, especially because we just had the equinox, which the veil is thin during equinox. The electromagnetic field of the earth is it's quite thin, and so on a physiological level we can feel more of the energies in space, basically. And there's a lot of solar activity, geomagnetic storms, it's a lot. So slowing down, relaxing, not feeling rushed, and just integrating that part of you that's impatient, that wants to rush. And that happens a lot, especially for star seeds, because we just want to go, because we've had lifetimes where we've operated on much higher frequencies, which just means things are occurring more fast. So being here on Earth, it can be quite a slow process for us as star seeds, because we're like, well, things happen so quickly in my other lives, my parallel lives. So I'm here on Earth and I don't get why everything's taking so taking so much time. So just allowing just settling that part of you that wants to go, just settling it down, because there really is no rush, because everything's already done. So those are the channeled messages. So we are going to get into what the angels have to say. So we have reflectiveness 23, and the angels are coming in, and they're basically kind of holding our hand through this whole process, this ascension process, this shift, however you want to understand what's going on, this upgrade. They're basically here to hold our hand, to offer their very calming presence, their very calming energy. So reflectiveness is just allowing yourself the stillness and kind of deciding what you want to take forward into this new point. And the point, one of the points of crossing, we could say, is this Aries solar eclipse happening on the 29th. So there is a crossing point, which is one of a few crossing points. The other crossing point is going to be Neptune entering Aries. I'm having ringing in the ear, which is, so that's significant, because that's basically Neptune in Aries is really the beginning of a new cycle. It's very significant because it's taking us back to the start of the zodiac cycle, but it's really the beginning of the new era, which is marked by several points. The astrology this year is pointing to that, but it is also about new territory for several reasons. And it is also the precursor to the cross of the sleeping phoenix, which is a brand new cycle, and we have plans 39. So plans and new ideas are coming in together. So you are the constructor and you are the creator of new worlds. Do you see how she has the paintbrush with the rainbow? So I'm having like just tingles all up and down my spine and kind of shivers, because it's what a lot of you have been desiring. And it's kind of like the Matrix is going from this very gray monotone to this vibrant color. And now that I'm looking at these two cards more in depth, this city, this is a continuation. Do you see this city here? So the landscape is changing, and you're gonna be able to paint with new colors, because you're gonna be seeing more, which is what I was saying about the intuition changing. Your intuition is not like this, it's not like, a lot of people dismiss intuition the same way they dismiss imagination. And what intuition and imagination are is the ability to see in the unseen realms, which is what I'm saying about intuition changing, because a lot of people think that intuition is kind of confined to, let's say, certain psychic capacity. And intuition is it's going to include also your imagination. Imagination is part of intuition, because at the end of the day, when you are in different brain wave states, you are accessing different aspects of reality. So it is not something to dismiss and say, oh, it's just imagination. Because imagination it's like the dream realm. If you are dismissing your dreams and thinking that they are really nothing, just kind of, I'm hearing skeletons of thoughts, you're not really giving yourself the chance to peer deeper beyond the veil, which is why the veil is lifting. We have Love Never Ends, which is talking about many of you having to understand the lesson of unconditional love, because a lot of people are caught up in the limitation of how love has been presented in our human realm, as primarily, like, with more emphasis on what happens romantically between two people, as opposed to understanding so two things, as opposed to understanding the greater aspect of cosmic love, of love that source consciousness has for us, but also not allowing yourself to take a step back and look at your relationships and how they are not actually about you loving each other in the way you think you do. It is more about the lessons, because a lot of relationships are karmic by nature. And a lot of people get caught up in them and they think that that's what love is. And if you, for example, have gone very deep into meditation and gone into your heart center, you are going to understand what I mean when I say love in the human sense is very limited. So love never ends, and when you are involved with another being, another human, what you are experiencing is the love flowing between each other. So it's not that that person is giving you love in that sense. You are both allowing yourselves to experience love flowing between the two of you. Beware of distractions, 44. So some human relationships are very distracting, That's when people are caught up in a lot of toxic patterns. Do you see how much is happening here in the earthly realm? So it's like love is having this upgrade, and there's gonna be a greater love coming in, because we are deeply craving that as humans in this realm. We're deeply craving to experience more love, and that's also what's being upgraded. So this is going to speak to more about any of the limitations that have been played out over and over again through the human experience of love, the human limited scope of love, dependency. And considering it's 11, there has been a lot of dependency formed, codependency, unhealthy attachments, and getting lost in the unhealthy attachments instead of seeing them for what they are, as soul lessons for growth. We have discrimination. So I would say this is also learning how to discern, allowing yourself to be discriminatory in the sense of, what are you going to give your energy to? Are you just going to give your energy to everything, or are you going to learn how to discern? Because I really don't like the vibration of this word. So it is more about discernment and the folly of pride. So a lot of people just get very, very lost in relationships, and they kind of just think, well, that's it. There's nothing, that's the most you can ever experience. That's the most love you can ever experience. So I'm going to move on to the Angel Guide Oracle deck. And as I pulled out this deck, the first card is Sacred Plan. And again, with the purple energy. So there is a sacred plan. And to trust in the sacredness of the plan. So for those of you who might be feeling lost, might be feeling like, what's going on, everything is unfolding in divine law, in divine order, in divine will, and you can tap into that. There's no reason why you can't tap into the divine unfolding of everything at this moment. So, angels, we ask that you please give us divine guidance, and just anything that you want us to pay attention to. Signs and reminders. So just being open to the signs and whatever the signs are for you, just pay attention to them. And the feather is really a typical sign. But I also kind of see the feather in flames at the top. That's how it seems. That's how it feels. So it's almost like with the new intuition that's coming in, it's like there's gonna be new signs. Like you're gonna make new signs for yourself. Divine timing. It's kind of mirroring the energy of the sacred plan, trusting in the divine timing, the new timeline that's coming in. Understanding that you've really released, like that's kind of what you're meant to do, right? You're like, with all of this, release, allow yourself to release what is not in resonance anymore. That's the whole point of a new cycle coming in. You are just releasing what does not belong in the new cycle, in the new timeline. So closing that door, closing it with love, sending everything up to the highest love, the highest light, because the divine knows exactly what to do. So acknowledging everything you've released. Guardian angel coming in. Again, purple energy, right? Purple halo. Self-acceptance. Your guardian angel, our guardian angels accept us so much. They accept every single thing about us. And one day you too may also be a guardian angel. And whoever you choose to look over, whoever you choose to be with from the minute of their birth, you are going to love them more than even their parents can. Like, our guardian angels love us so much, and they cannot fathom the degree to which, it's not that they can't fathom, because they're obviously operating on higher frequencies. They just, the baseline should be self-acceptance. Like, the baseline in this new timeline should be self-acceptance. So they want that as, I don't want to say a starting point, because they don't operate that way. They have so much love for us. So if you can start to see yourself through the eyes of what you think your guardian angel is, the amount of love they have, even when you are at your darkest point, even when you are like so far from any ounce of self-acceptance, they love you so unconditionally. And that's how you're going to transform. You are going to transform through this radical self-acceptance, which is the new timeline, which is the new version of you. Yeah. Everything you've been wanting to be. Listen deeply. I saw this card before, but I didn't pull it out. listen to the silence. Your angels exist in different frequency states. So you're not going to hear them necessarily. I mean, they send signs, of course. They can send signs in songs and, you know, TV shows and all that, and even through other people. But to really be able to connect to the angels one of the ways is to start opening yourself up to what is beyond the veil. And that goes also for what you hear. A lot of people think that angels are going to come through as like this clear voice, and sometimes they do. But for example, I hear angels through frequency. So there are different ways to hear. So allow yourself to start listening in different ways. Learning experience. I mean, it's all for an experience at the end of the day. That's what all of this is about, really and truly. So just remember that whenever you get caught up in all the bullshit associated with the 3D, it's all a learning experience. Even the people that achieve everything they want to achieve, like, it's still a learning experience. They can't take any of the physical aspects with them. They can only take the lessons. They can only take the soul growth. And some people digress. Like, I'm seeing, like, some people go so low in the way their soul grows as they acquire more. So, you know, those of you who are feeling left out, who are like, you know, why is it so difficult? Why is it so unfair? Like, you came here to learn the lessons. That is the only true thing you are taking from this life. And the lantern represents you becoming the light through the lessons. Because a lot of people, when they're in their darkest hour, when they're in the dark night of the soul, you know, they're in rock bottom, they are waiting for like hope at the end of the tunnel. And when they are not getting that hope, they are supposed to become the light. And there are creatures at the bottom of the sea that produce their own light in that darkness, in complete darkness. So it might be painful. We're not saying it's not painful. We're just saying that you coming into your own light is the point. That's them speaking. And to connect to them, because what happens is when people go through really dark nights of the soul, all that happens is they get very far away from source consciousness, and they think that they've been abandoned. They think that their guides are not watching them, none of that. But what's happened is they've just gotten so far away from source, and I have like complete almost like a blackout on my right ear, almost like I put like those noise cancelling headphones on, but just in my right ear. So it's like you can't see the future. You're just, when you're in rock bottom, you are stuck there, and you can only see the past. You can't see the future. You can't see the tunnel. You can't see ahead. And it's because you're meant to birth your own light. And what is coming in is the shamanic aspect. What is shamanism? It is about becoming the light. So all that happens is you just get further away from source. Source doesn't stop supporting you. Source doesn't stop loving you. It's just that you have just gone far away from yourself. So just coming back to yourself, and that is how you build the light and self-acceptance, through self-acceptance. When a person has really strong self-acceptance, it's very hard for them to drift, to be taken away from themselves. A lot of times that happens when self-acceptance isn't and camera just died, and I literally had to wait hours to recharge the battery, so I don't remember exactly where I left off, but I did not turn the card over after learning experiences. So we have yes. This, I would say, is allowing yourself to acknowledge how you have been feeling. You don't need to force yourself to do what you don't want to do, which could seem like the no card, but this yes is like, it's basically acknowledging, yes, whatever you are feeling at this moment, right? It's recognition. But it's also in the vibration of joy. So allowing yourself to be in joy, knowing that you can access the frequency of joy, and that joy is a very powerful energetic shift. If you can see the wings that have this rainbow color, it's vibrancy, it's full acceptance of self, full acceptance for all parts of you, which we had this, did we have this? Yeah, we had the self-acceptance card. So coming back to self-acceptance. Honesty and communication. Speaking your truth. Speaking, of course, how you really feel, and I'm really feeling the activation in the throat chakra. A lot of us are going to be speaking our truth more and more. And what this does is it creates an energetic field around you. So the more you speak your truth, the more you actually solidify the vibration of the words around you, which will kind of shield and bounce off like any bullshit. Whenever you will understand this, when you see that you are no longer attracting situations that just drain your energy, and that are just very low vibrational, that kind of just want to fuck with you. This includes, you know, this is people, places, things. When you are in your truth, you have this field around you, and things can't even enter it that aren't compatible. Let's just put it that way. So speaking, being honest, when you are honest with yourself, when you are honest about how you feel, it's coming back to the self-acceptance. But it's like people know better than to come at you with anything that is not vibrating at the same frequency as this. And again, purple. This purple energy surrounding you. This force field of deep truth, which is connecting you to above, the heavens. Celestial truth. It's also light language. So this is a light language symbol above. For those of you that connect with light language, you may be coming into speaking light language. Whatever your truth is, just allowing yourself. I'm looking in that direction and I can see this robin upside down. It's like a picture on something I have, and it's like bird song. Birds all have their own song and they sing it. They sing it so beautifully. So it's like we all have our own song to sing. It's the unique frequency. And now I'm remembering the book from Madeline Miller, Circe. And one of the things about Circe was her voice, at least in the book. So, speaking your truth is going to be the only way to move forward in the new timeline, which will bring joy and contentment. This is a very peaceful energy. This is an entirely new frequency. So this is very much the frequency that you're going to be coming into. It's just very relaxed. I'm going to see if any more messages want to come through before I close out the reading. And I will say that I apologize if you may have picked up on any aggression. I was just incredibly frustrated that I had to leave the reading and wait for this battery to charge because it just interrupted the flow. So this is also the acknowledgement of any frustrations here in this physical reality where things are slower, where they're more dense. It's like, yeah, we get frustrated a lot, especially those of us that are starseeds, and where things just go more seamlessly, and it's like we're here and things are just slower. But to a degree, it's also reflective of our current reality as well. Blessings and abundance coming in. It's like accepting. So what I'm just saying, it's reflective of the current reality you're in. So it's like new energy. Like you are so deserving of blessings and abundance. You are so deserving for this to be your world, for this to make up your entire reality. So this angel is coming in and just blessing you. Beautiful. I love it. And it's also saying, remember the energy you have between your hands. Like, we are beings of energy, and we can create blessings and abundance as well. So he's kind of also saying, Step into your power of blessings and abundance. You are the activator. And again, I'm feeling the throat energy. So it's like maybe speaking, as you're speaking the truth, then the energy is coming out almost like an energetic template to be solidified. And then there's a connection with the throat chakra and the blessings and abundance. And even where the top of the symbol is, it's still kind of where the throat is. So speaking things into existence, perhaps. Light language, perhaps. Or just the more honest you are, the more you state your boundaries, the more reality is shifting, and what you truly want is just coming into natural alignment. It's whatever resonates. Thank you, angels, for your divine messages. We are deeply grateful. So we have friendship and union and do the work. I don't know. I'm not feeling an immediate connection between these two. So take this as it resonates. If it resonates. Okay, so we have harmony and resolution, cut the cords. So I'm gonna, either these four are complete together, or these two are together as one and these two are together as one. So take which one individually resonates. But so friendship and union, harmony and resolution coming in. So, you know, perhaps maybe there's some kind of resolution that you want and a relationship harmonizing. So this angel is kind of coming in as the harmony in here. In relation to cutting the cords, then if we're connecting it to the friendship and union and doing the work, you may just want to release some friendships and release them to the light. And I did this recently where I said to myself, I'm only here to connect with the highest vibration, the highest version, the highest octave of certain people in my life. So while I'm releasing them, it doesn't mean I'm completely letting them go, but what it means is everything is holographic. We are projections interacting with other projections, which means that while we may let that person go, we may welcome in a different version of them. Take that as you will. But cutting the cords, releasing someone in your life can sometimes allow for the the real friendship that you are trying to call in. So just doing what feels right for you. You will know. If there is a boundary being crossed, if whatever incoherence is showing up, you will know. You will know very clearly if you want to maintain that friendship. And if you're confused, you can just check in with the resonance and frequency. That tells you everything you need to know. But it's interesting because these two angels look very similar. So it definitely feels connected. And yeah, maybe you just need to cut some cords in general. Maybe nothing to do with friendship. Bringing in light. Bringing in light in those cords. And just trusting that everything is given to the light at the end of the day. Clear, cancel, and release. I mean, it's before the eclipse. So yeah, just leaving it, maybe just really leaving it behind. And trusting more will come. There's always more. There's always more love. There's always more abundance. There's always more. The universe is expanding in nature. There's always more. That's what... To understand the abundance of the universe, you have to actually be in the frequency of expansion to be able to perceive the true depth of the abundance that the universe is. The universe is abundant in the sense that it's constantly creating, and it's creating just for the sake of expression. So if that isn't abundance, I don't know what is. So clearing, cancelling, and releasing, because the universe is abundant, which includes the people that can come into your life at any given moment. So you holding on to people, you holding on to connections, is you being in a lack consciousness. And of course, not allowing the things that are really meant to come into your life to bless you. This angel is showing you boundaries. And a lot of people have to learn boundaries in this lifetime. This is one of the main reasons they came, is to enforce boundaries. And it's with love. Do you see how much light? Either she's sending light or she's stopping light that she wants to come in. Like, you decide how you want to play this game. You decide. We have expect miracles at the bottom of the deck. You decide. Make room for miracles. This is an era for miracles, opportunity, and change. And literally well, it kind of looks like a robin, but anyway, opportunity and change. So new things coming in. Release, make room, stop holding on to things out of the illusion of scarcity. Okay, so let's see what the angelic wisdom has for us before we close out this reading.
Confidence. The angels want you to be confident in yourself, in your right to choose what you want. When I set my mind on something, I won't stop until I reach it. If you lack confidence in making a decision, the angels send you positive energies to boost your confidence levels. So our angels, like I was saying, they can love us even more than our parents because they really want the best for us. So you being confident is in your divine birthright. And we're talking about a calm confidence. This is not a loud confidence. This is what I'm saying about your field. The more you speak your truth, the more it solidifies and it becomes your presence where your energy speaks for you. You don't have to talk. So it's a very calm confidence. Do you see how she's kind of one within the void? Like, she's just peaceful. Money. I am tapped into the universal supply of money. Angel number 88888 is a message to learn to manage your money better. Okay, I'm just gonna go with the abundance of money. Like, leaving obstacles behind, coming into new abundance, coming into, I'm gonna call it angelic abundance, calling on your angels to help you with money in any way that you see that you are desiring. New financial patterns in this new timeline. Trust. When you work with angels, trusting their energy, trusting them. It's a very childlike energy, self-worth. So confidence, self-worth. It's mirroring the self-acceptance card. Which again comes back to the child. If you, they can help you heal any feelings of unworthiness that were created in, could be childhood wounding. Lack of confidence in self creates a lot of problems in the earth plane. When a person is confident in themselves, they don't face half the problems they do when they're not confident. So you working on your confidence is going to help you significantly. And it's like walking into this new timeline with confidence in yourself, walking as a different version of yourself. I'm seeing you kind of walk with this golden portal in the background. So it's like you kind of it's like you've walked into this new portal. So after the eclipse, walking with this golden confidence, peace, and pay attention. I would say just keep your attention on what brings you peace. Manage your attention. As Joe Dispenza says, where attention goes, energy flows. So I would be paying attention to what brings you peace and what doesn't. If it doesn't bring you peace, just let it go. Release it to the light. The universe is abundant. You're not responsible for others. I mean, of course, I'm not going to give obvious examples of who you would be responsible for, but you're not responsible for those that are able to look after themselves. So just staying within the vibration of peace. I'm hearing peace is overrated, so some of you might be thinking that, which is part of the it's part of what happens as a result of being in the matrix, in the sense that there's a lot of, it's about the pendulums. Okay, so we have honesty again. I'm truthful, I speak my truth honestly, which is about the honesty card, the honest communication card that came up, which I'm feeling the throat chakra again. But yeah, peace is what allows for harmony, and harmony is what allows for coherence, and coherence is what gives birth to the best possible outcome. So you want to be in coherence. When you are in coherence, you are in the natural flow of life, and you're relaxed, your system is relaxed, and it is the baseline you want to be operating from. When you are in coherence, everything else that is not just gets naturally filtered out, and you just have a very, very low tolerance for what does not, like, for what might disrupt coherence. We have manifest and flow. I have everything I need. Things happen when they are supposed to. And it's interesting because we have one angel that is facing away and one that is facing towards, and it's like light and dark. So it's kind of like the it's like the exchange. It's like the inhale and the exhale. So you can bring this in as the new, I don't want to use the words duality or polarity. I will say the two sides of you. You can bring this in now. And what I was saying about the golden kind of frequency behind you as you're walking forward. So let the eclipse, because it's a solar eclipse, and it's like lunar, solar. So this lunar eclipse we had in Virgo on the 14th, and then this solar eclipse on the 29th. Release and bring in. So it's like flow, like just release it and manifest it, the inhale and the exhale, because you can't take anything with you. So it's all about the experience. So You can't be attached to anything. Your true abundance is your frequency. So when you are able to be in the flow and understand that you are a master manifester, you have the power, and it's also fire and water. I'm just seeing it now. So it really is like both sides. I kind of love it. It's very interesting. So it's like the light is coming from the fire. I thought it was just like light behind her, but it's coming from the fire. So it's very interesting. It's showing a balance. The angels remind you that by filling your subconscious with thoughts and images of what you really want, and by speaking positively about these things, you will bring them into your real life and manifest. It's fire, so I'm linking it to solar, which is the daytime activity. So it's like in your daytime, how are you being conscious of your thoughts? How are you being aware of yourself? And then nighttime, reminder from your angels to trust in the flow of the universe and to always follow your intuition when making decisions, with positive changes and opportunities on the horizon. Now is a great time for you to take action and move forward in your life. So it's like the thoughts and the actions. Like, what are your thoughts, and then what are the actions you're taking? So it's really two parts of what you are wanting to achieve, and what you like. It's a full embodiment. It's about the thoughts and the actions, and the actions are divinely guided actions, but trusting, ultimately trusting in the unknown, trusting in the divine intelligence, which is basically the quantum field. Take a step. I put action behind my goals every single day. So then it's like, okay, manifesting. So you're putting the intention, you're deciding what you want to manifest, you're kind of the spark, the fire, and then you're releasing, you're letting it flow. And then this is the practical side. Because you've worked on the energetic first. So this came up right on the floor in rebirth. So it's the new version of you, and she's actually got fairy wings, which I find interesting. You have entered a period of spiritual awakening and rebirth, where you have the opportunity to align with your higher self and the overarching principles that guide you. The angels say to be prepared to be the best you can be. Wow. So it's like manifest, flow, take a step, and then this. It's like you, this new version of you is born. This is the new frequency. Wow. I love it. I love it. We have endurance, embracing the process and trusting. But I would say just like check in with how you're using that word endurance and endure. I would go for the higher octave of the word endure. So I'm going to just see if any other cards come through before I close out this reading. Angels, please give us final closing message. Okay. Well, bottom of the deck is abundance. So, yeah, we're in a new timeline. I'm just going to see the bottom of the deck. Okay, spiritual growth. So, really good energy. And, yeah, there's a lot here. But the energy is very active, and yeah, the angels are just inviting you to walk with them. I was about to say work with them, but I heard walk with them, so they're inviting you to walk with them. Know that they walk with you, they walk by your side. This is just a personal insight, but all the times where we had, let's say, very difficult situations in our life and no real harm came to us, those were our angels. So let's say you went through something and you should have been more traumatized than you were. Those were your angels surrounding you and protecting you. The times where you went through things that were traumatizing and you were actually traumatized, it's not that your angels weren't there, it's just you're meant to learn those lessons. That was for your spiritual growth. So to kind of understand in retrospect when your angels have been there with you. So if you've gone through things that have been difficult, it's because you are genuinely meant to go through them, even though you might be like, why would I agree to go through this? I can't fathom needing to go through it. It's either repeating the same patterns, you need to break them, or if it's something deeply traumatic, you had to go through that. That was part of your soul growth. So that is one way to start to understand the angels. And I'm just seeing if anything else is coming through. They're just saying they love you. They just have such an amazing energy. It's a very deep love. Oh my gosh, they have, like, I'm feeling it here in my heart. Like, they have such a high and deep frequency. They can bring a lot of healing. And that's actually what they wanted to bring in through this reading above all, is the healing energy. Yeah. And they're just here to say, everything is going to be absolutely fine. It's going to be more than fine. We're always with you. We love you. So I'm going to close out the reading here. And
I'm wishing you a very smooth and peaceful and calm eclipse, and to really let it be the birth of the new you, like what you've actually, the reality that you actually want to be experiencing deep in your heart. Let this be the entry point into that. Let everything that has come in up until this point, just let it all go. Literally see it as being left behind in the old portal, and the portal just closing up. Like a completely different reality. So, and yeah, it's Aries energy. It's the quiet confidence. I feel like there's so much I want to say, but it's not coming, but I just feel so much energy. So I don't know if it's because there's gonna be a lot of energy after this eclipse. Like, I really don't know, but it just feels very significant. And I really think it's the beginning of a new era. That's kind of the feeling. It's like very, very significant. So, yeah. So, thank you for watching. Yeah, thank you for being here. And I will see you in the next video.